Hello everybody, this is Zoe from No Safer Place, and today I'm going to be doing a very controversial video. Whenever I am on Facebook or Twitter, I see so many readers, in particular bloggers, talking about how amazing Goodreads is. Every blog I go onto, I see the Goodreads reading challenge, how many books they expect to read, all of their reviews are posted on Goodreads, which is great. I just absolutely hate Goodreads, and let me tell you why. Number one, although I like to set myself goals every year of how many books I'd like to read, I do think it's slightly unhealthy, especially if you're pitting it against other people. So for those of you who don't know, Goodreads is a way to update everyone on what you're reading, how far you are into it, how many books you've read that year, what books are on your to be read shelf, ways to get in touch with authors. I mean, the premise of it is really amazing, but I just have so many problems with it. Like I said, when you have a lot of friends on there and they're all people that you know, and you set yourself a reading challenge target, maybe it's 50 books, and then you see that maybe 10 of your close blogger friends are reading 100 books, and then you feel this pressure inside of you. Well, I know that I do, and I think, oh, maybe I should be reading 100 books. And then the fun is kind of taken away from reading because you feel like you're only reading to reach a target that your fellow peers are reaching because you feel like you have to be a good reader. Number two, if you're not from the US, Goodreads does not give a crap about you. Even in the 3 years that I've been a blogger, the guidelines have changed drastically, and it's becoming more and more apparent that if you don't live in the US and you're not a US author, Goodreads doesn't give a damn about you. I know that there was a big debate recently because Goodreads have decided to only do giveaways in the US, which caused a hell of a lot of controversy because there are obviously so many people from around the world using Goodreads. So to single out one country as to get that benefit, I just think it was really unfair. Number three, and this one is more based to authors, I think, because I've seen a lot of authors, in particular indie authors, self-published authors, talk about this recently, and that is the fact that if they don't get reviews on Goodreads, or they don't get good ratings, or people aren't getting into contact with them or talking about any of their books, they feel really disheartened, and it kind of makes them feel that they're not part of a community, which absolutely breaks my heart, because even if you have one review or a million reviews, you are still an author and you should still be appreciated and be given the same opportunities as all of the other authors. I know a few authors have said recently that they don't feel as included as some other authors and that they tend to stay away from Goodreads now because of that reason. Number four, this was one of my biggest problems. At the end of the year, you have this Year in Books award and it tells you how many books you've read, how many pages you've read. And this year I felt it was really uncomfortable. People were posting it and some people were replying, oh well, I've read this many books and I've read this many pages, as if to say I'm better than you. Again, whether you read half a book or 500,000 books in a year, it doesn't make you a better reader. It doesn't mean you love books more. It just means that you have probably more time than other people. Again, reading 100 books in a year is a massive achievement, but for some people, reading one book a year is a massive achievement. So don't put others down or make them feel like they're not a valid enough reader if you read more than them. Now, I know that Goodreads works for so many of you. I know that so many of you use it and use it wisely, and it's all a big happy family on there. But I just can't do it. I would much rather keep track of the books I'm reading on my blog. I have a really competitive personality, and if you have that kind of personality, then Goodreads is not for you, because I just find it puts too much stress and pressure on reading, and the reason I read is the complete opposite of those. I like to read to relieve myself of stress and negativity, and I feel like Goodreads just makes me a bad reader. Again, if you use Goodreads, I don't care. I'm not going to hold that against you, but it's just definitely not for me. I think it has some good qualities, such as marking down what you've read, what you'd like to read. I think it's really good for keeping track of what you're reading, and it's great to get involved with publishers and do blog tours because it has all of the publishers' information for each book, which is fantastic. Don't get me wrong, it's not like I can't see the benefits of it. I just don't think the benefits outweigh the negatives for me, so I just don't use it. And I also wanted to put this out there because so many of you add me on Goodreads every day, and I honestly only go on there maybe once every 3 months, so I don't want you guys to think I hate you and I'm not replying to your requests. I just don't use it. Let me know what you think of Goodreads. I would love to know what you think the positives and negatives are, and if you have any alternatives to Goodreads that you think are great, I would love to know them, because if there was an app that I could use that was just as good as Goodreads, or hopefully better, let me know, because I'd love to try it and maybe do another ranting video. I hope you all have enjoyed this video. Let me know what you would like to see more of on my channel, and I hope to see you all again soon. Thank you. Bye.